Welcome everyone to Wisdom News for 2023. This is the first edition of Wisdom News for this year, and the first thing I wanted to tell you all about was the new Wisdom Journal. The new Wisdom Journal should be dropping in your letterboxes any moment now, and in it you'll find some beautiful excerpts from our latest books, like this one from Bhikkhu Bodhi's latest anthology, and much more. We have lots of different in-depth articles from a lot of our most recent books, so I think you'll enjoy that. It's coming soon. Don't forget there's a 20% code on the back page here to be used on pretty much any of our books. You can get 20% off at our website. So I wanted to share that news. And don't worry if you're not signed up to the Wisdom Journal, because you can easily sign up by going to wisdomexperience.org, and if you go to the Explore page and go down to the Wisdom Journal tab here, and you'll come to this page. And then if you scroll down, you'll be able to see receive the print edition. If you put your name there, an address, city, email, and press submit, then we'll send you the next edition of the Wisdom Journal, and it'll be in your letterboxes. We hope everyone's enjoying the journal. Okay, let's talk about some books. I've got a heap of books I want to share with you. These are new books from Wisdom. And let's start with Nagarjuna's Advice for Buddhists. So this is Geshe Sopa's commentary on the great Indian philosopher Nagarjuna's famous text, Letter to a Friend. Nagarjuna wrote that text as advice to a king. Geshe Sopa shows us how Nagarjuna's advice to follow Buddhist ethics applies today just as well as it did back in the day when Nagarjuna composed it. Beth Newman has done a fantastic job capturing these teachings from Geshe Sopa and making them into a book. So this is and I really like what Yangtze Rinpoche says here. He says, Geshe Sopa was a lineage holder of our time, and having his teachings on Nagarjuna's letter, in his words, will be of great benefit for us. So this will be a fantastic book for everyone interested in Nagarjuna and also wanting a modern advice on these verses. So the next book we're going to talk about is The Swift Path. So this is The Swift Path. It's the meditation manual on stages of the path to enlightenment, written by the second Panchen Lama. This book is considered one of the 8 great Lam Rims, and in this book, The Swift Path, Panchen Lama expands on his earlier meditation guides, and basically this gives us detailed meditation instructions on how to generate a clear and profound meditation experience on the stages of the path. It's part of the Wisdom Culture series, and it also comes out in March. And as we can see here, it's a collection of guided meditations from the 18th century Tibet, harnessing elements of tantric visualization while contemplating the steps on the path to Buddhahood. So this is a fantastic book for those who love the Lam Rim genre and following the Dalai Lama's teachings and the Gelug School's teachings. The next book we're going to talk about is for people who have received initiation into Chittamani Tara. So this is the Secret Revelations of Chittamani Tara, Generation and Completion Stage Practices and Commentary. This book is out now. So this book is for those who have received the Chittamani Tara empowerment. Chittamani Tara is the highest yoga tantric aspect of Green Tara, and this book contains many profound oral instructions that are not found easily elsewhere, and particularly really good instructions on completion stage practice. These instructions are said to have come from Chittamani Tara herself. And so this book, it includes the self-generation sadhana, the Ghana chakra offering, and so it's not just how to practice, it's got the liturgical prayers as well. And as I said, it's a restricted text for those who have received the Chittamani Tara initiation and practice that lineage. So the next book I want to talk about is Sounds of Innate Freedom, Volume 3. So this is Volume 3 in the 6-volume series of that Karl Brunholzl is translating for us. And this 3rd volume can be considered the Sadaha volume, actually. So, this series is 6 volumes. It contains many of the first English translations of this classic Mahamudra literature that was compiled by the 7th Karmapa, drawing on the Indian text on Mahamudra. So this third volume contains 24 texts, the bulk of which are dohas by Sadaha. That's why we're calling this the Sadaha volume. And it's fantastic for people who love the doha literature, love the sort of, primary text on Mahamudra. We can think about these texts, and it's a huge book. So Carl's done an enormous effort translating these texts for us. And so that one is also available right now. So the next book we've got is Two Truths in Indian Buddhism, Reality, Knowledge and Freedom. This book is by Sonam Takche, and basically it's a modern version of the tenets literature, so Drupta in Tibetan. So in this book, Sonam Takche guides readers through the range of Indian Buddhist philosophical schools and how each approach the two truths, ultimate truth and conventional truth. So he goes through the Vaibhashika, Sautrantika, Yogacara and Madhyamaka schools and provides a framework for the philosophical debate between these schools. And at the end of it, what you end up with is an understanding of how the two truths work in each of these different schools, and how your own, as you study each school and move from school to school, your understanding of the two truths develops along with this study. So as it says here, this fascinating movement through philosophical approaches leads us to see how conventional and ultimate, dependent arising and emptiness are twin aspects of a single reality. Is what. Yeah, so that's giving away the end of the story, but going on the journey is important. So this is a fantastic book from Sonam Takche for us that are interested in the philosophical schools as taught within the Tibetan monastic tradition. I also wanted to mention that a lot of these, for our Wisdom Experience members, a lot of these books are available on the reading room. So you can actually go into the reading room and start reading these books like today. So you can go in there, find them on our website, and start reading these books. So that's a great way into the books as well. And thank you for being a Wisdom Experience member. It really helps support our work here at Wisdom. All right, so the next book I want to talk about is Living Treasure, Buddhist and Tibetan Studies in honor of Genet Gyatso. So this is Genet Gyatso's Festschrift. It's going to come out in very shortly, in June. It's an amazing celebration of the scholarly life of the wonderful scholar Genet Gyatso. So Wisdom Publication, very proud to publish this book. So the next book is Sublime Continuum and its Explanatory Commentary. This is the latest edition. It's actually an updated edition from the Treasury of the Buddhist Sciences. And so this is, at its core, the root text is Uttara Tantra Gyulama, which focuses on the Buddha's teachings on Buddha nature. And what's really cool about this book is it also has the commentary on that text by Gyaltsab Dharma Rinchen. So this is Gyaltsab J's commentary, and so if you wanted to really get into the Gelugpa understanding of Buddha nature, this would be the perfect book for you. Okay, and then History of Tibet. So this is another Festschrift that Wisdom is incredibly honored to publish. It's in honor of Leonard van der Kuyp and recognizes the profound impact that he has had and continues to have on the field of modern Tibetan studies. There's 34 essays in this Festschrift, and they follow the interests of Professor van der Kuyp, whose groundbreaking research in Tibetan intellectual and cultural history imbued his students, as they were saying in the description here, with an abiding sense of curiosity and discovery. So, you'll recognize many of the names of the scholars who have given contributions to this volume. And so it's a really, there's 34 essays actually, and something for everyone, we might say. And then also I just wanted to touch on a few of the books that we've published either late last year that you might have missed, or early this year that you might have missed. So, this one is Stages of the Path and the Oral Transmission, Selected Teachings of the Gelug School. It's from the Library of Tibetan Classics, and this book really is an incredible book. It's translated by Thupten Jinpa. Obviously, you can't get better than that. The text has some amazing works from the the Gelugpa school, and in particular the Gelugpa hearing lineage school, the Ganden Yengyu. We have some Lamrim texts, but then we've got some Guru Yoga texts like Lama Chöpa and commentaries on those, and then there's the unique old transmission of the Gelug Mahamudra, meditations on the nature of mind and commentaries like that. And then there's these other really special texts called Guide to the View text, Tatri. And so these are really, some of these never translated before. So if you are a student of the Gelug school, then I think you'd find these texts incredibly helpful for your meditation practice, and beautifully translated by none other than Thupten Jinpa. Okay, now we're going to talk about Wisdom Academy courses, our online courses, and we've got some great new online courses coming up for you. And the first one I want to talk about is Dzogchen, 10 Key Terms. This is a Wisdom Academy online course with Acharya Malcolm Smith, and this one starts in June. And basically what I was thinking was that a lot of people seem to be a little bit unsure about some of the Dzogchen terminology. So they may have learnt Dharma in another context, maybe within another school, and then they come to Dzogchen and they see the same terms, but they don't necessarily get really to the heart of what's being said, because they're taking with them a different understanding of the words. So I was thinking Malcolm, who's translating the 17 Tantras, I think 4 volumes we've published so far, and we're going to continue to publish all of them. I asked Malcolm if he thought it would be a good idea to do a course like this, clarifying some of the most important terms. He thought it was a great idea, and so we filmed the course. I think it's fantastic. I think it's going to be helpful for anyone who has wanted to learn Dzogchen but had a bit of problem getting into the text, or even if you've studied for years and years. I feel like Malcolm's explanation of some of these terms is just incredible and really illuminating. So anyone interested in that sort of thing, that they'll love this course. So so Dzogchen, 10 Key Terms. The next course we've got coming up is it's How the Mind Works, and it's with Thupten Jinpa. And so this course follows on from Tsongkhapa's Madhyamaka that we did last year with Thupten Jinpa. An amazing course for those who have done it. I'm sure you will attest to Jinpa's incredible clarity in his teaching. He's a fantastic instructor. And so we're so fortunate to have Thupten Jinpa back with us. And this time he's tackling the mind. He's teaching us how the mind works. And he's got a very sophisticated understanding and a beautiful way of explaining how we build our experience of the world and the different mental factors that go into that. So you'll recognize, this low-rig sort of structure. But Jinpa really, in this course, really wanted to sort of give a really accessible take on this. And as he makes it more accessible, you start to really understand the sophisticated explanation that the Buddhists have about how the mind works. So that course will be out in September. Okay, we've got another course that we just filmed, and I want to share with it because you can enroll now. We're going to have it out later next year, but it's an incredible course, and that's with Kalu Rinpoche, second Kalu Rinpoche. And this course is called The Illusory Body and Mind. And partly this is based upon Luminous Mind, which is a book we published many, many years ago with the previous Kalu Rinpoche. And we thought it would be fantastic, amazing to have Kalu Rinpoche, the new Kalu Rinpoche, come and teach based on that. And so yes, that's what we've got, but Rinpoche went so much further. He went and started teaching some of the Ngumas, the special profound instructions from Nguma on illusory body and dream yoga and these types of things. So this became a very, very special course, and we might play a little bit of Rinpoche right now.
My state of mind has a consciousness. I look at my consciousness and simply letting it be. Mind is like a space. Space doesn't have a consciousness. My mind has a consciousness. I look at my consciousness with awareness, without any desire, absent from desire and expectation, but with this present of clarity. All that process, go it slowly, take your time, don't rush. That's the first approach that you need to understand.
you can enroll already, and we're going to launch that early next year. And if you enroll now, I'm sure we're going to offer quite a discount there. So that's Kalu Rinpoche's new course. Okay, and then, so that's what's coming up. And just in case you missed it, we also started the year off with an amazing course with Mingyur Rinpoche and Venerable Nalio, and they're sharing their perspectives on emptiness. Abiding in Emptiness, the course is on, and it's Early Buddhism Mahamudra in conversation. And so you have this incredible conversation, which we've turned into a course, and between Mingyur Rinpoche and Venerable Nalio, talking about emptiness from their different perspectives, selflessness, in Mahamudra, what is emptiness, and the parallels are quite striking between the two traditions. Bhikkhu Nalio is drawing from this early Buddhist perspective, and it seems like there's a great connection between early Buddhism and the way early Buddhism teaches the meditation practice on emptiness, and the way Mahamudra teaches it. And you might not recognize that or have thought that, because the Abhidharma teachings which sit in between may be a little bit more different to the Mahamudra teachings. Anyway, maybe not, but this is what I thought. So this is an incredible course as well. And you can sign up and enroll now. So here's some of the lessons: how the Buddha might have meditated, introduction to meditation in early Buddhism, breath as support for awareness, recognizing selflessness, meditation in the luminous mind. There's a great conversation in this about the luminous mind, this word luminous, and Rinpoche has his perspective, and Venerable Nalio has his perspective on this, and it's very interesting to see both the similarities and also the differences. The path of signlessness, animitta, Venerable Nalio gives a beautiful teaching on that. And then how do we bring all this into Dharma and daily life? And Mingyur Rinpoche, he's incredible at applying these very profound teachings to everyday life. And the way this course worked is one of the instructors would teach, and then that would create a conversation around that teaching between Rinpoche and Bhikkhu Nalio. So we're very proud of this course. It's an amazing course. The next course I want to tell you about, this came out also earlier this year, was Beyond Distraction, 5 Practical Ways to Focus the Mind. This is on the back of Shaila Catherine's book by the same name, Beyond Distraction. And so Shaila is known as an amazing teacher of the jhanas, and she really draws on the Buddha's teachings to explain how we can get into deeper meditation states through these various tools for dealing with distraction. So this course steps you through this, and so you'll see Lost in Thought, that's lesson 1, knowing your own mind. Lesson 2, antidotes. Lesson 3, weighing the cost. Lesson 4, withdrawing the fuel. These are all different strategies. You have to actually take the course to really understand what these titles are referring to. But yeah, so anyone wishing to deepen their practice of meditation and head towards the jhanas, then this is the course for you. Okay, so the final course I wanted to share was Freedom Through Correct Knowing, a course with Geshe Tenzin Namdak, and that recently came out. Geshe Tenzin Namdak created this course based on the book we published last year, Freedom Through Correct Knowing, and this was a book that explained Khedrup J's interpretation of valid cognition. So quite a technical book, and so we thought we wanted to create a course to help people really understand what Dharmakirti is explaining, and what Khedrup J is helping us understand about Dharmakirti, and so that and then how does what's the relevance of this? How is this relevant to meditation? What is important about these teachings? And basically, this course teaches you how to think well, actually, is what this is about. And so you'll see, talks about different types of phenomena, direct perceivers, wrong consciousness, inference and emptiness, valid and non-valid awareness, yogic direct perceptions and emptiness. Great teaching on how one goes from developing a conceptual understanding of emptiness into a direct understanding of emptiness. And actually, this course would be a good combination course with Thupten Jinpa's course on how your mind works. These will be very complementary. Okay, so that's it from the Wisdom Academy. And now I just wanted to finish off by talking a little bit about some Wisdom Dharma Chats coming up. Actually, firstly, if you missed the Dharma Chat with Kebje Kalu Rinpoche, don't worry, it's available on our website, and so you can check that out. And this was an incredible Dharma Chat, because Rinpoche actually went into the yoga practice and demonstrated it for us, so Naguma's yoga practice. So let's give you a little taste of, this Dharma Chat will also give you a little taste of the course that Rinpoche did with the Wisdom Academy, is also drawing from Naguma's teachings. So some Wisdom Dharma Chats coming up. Next month we have Thupten Jinpa coming, and so you can join us for that Wisdom Dharma Chat in the studio with Jinpa or on Zoom, and that's coming on Wednesday, June 14th at 7 o'clock. So you can go to register here at, I think if you go to Explore and go to Dharma Chats, you'll find the page to register, and you need to register to join these conversations. And you'll get the opportunity to ask Jinpa a question in the Q&A section, whether you're in person or on Zoom. And then another very special guest coming in June, and that's Khandro Sering Kunga Buma. Khandro is coming to our New York office here, and so we'll have an in-studio audience, and please join us if you can, but don't worry if you can't, because we'll have a Zoom audience as well. And I think maybe there'll be a chance to ask Khandro some questions as well. So this is a very, very unique opportunity, and an amazing June coming up for us, where we'll have Thupten Jinpa and Dharma Chats followed by Khandro. So that's it for Wisdom News. That was a lot. We haven't done it for a while. Thank you for listening. I hope there's something there for everyone, and we'll do another update in a couple of months. In the meantime, hope to see you at Dharma Chats. Thank you so much.